Ooh, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm just happy. But anyways, man, I ain't gonna waste no time like usual in my videos. How y'all doing today? I'm doing good. I just want to thank everyone for returning from that last video. Over 4,000 views in one day. That is crazy. Especially I don't even have at least 1,000 subscribers and I'm getting that many views. Guys, the grind is real. If you think you can do YouTube, just have faith. Your time will come. Just grind. Just grind. I'm telling you. But without further ado, let's hop into this video. Now, I understand that we had creation of two really good teams, OKC and the Houston Rockets. But let's focus on the Houston Rockets for the sake of the video. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, James Harden and Chris Paul, two ball dominant guards, cannot work. Well, you're completely wrong because they are gelling together better than any team that was created so far. Better than the Wolves and better than the OKC Thunder. Obviously not better than the Warriors because that's a whole different conversation. But they are, in fact, I think they're a better team than the Celtics, even though the Celtics have a better record. But that's for a whole other debate. And there's a bunch of reasons why this is happening. And I'm going to explain some of those reasons. We can't forget that Chris Paul is a Hall of Fame point guard. When you're a Hall of Fame point guard, your ability is to adjust. And it's a point guard's dream to play in the Houston Rockets system. You're an unselfish guy that is surrounded by shooters everywhere. And you're in a pick and roll with guys who like to pick and roll. Like, it's a perfect scenario. Versus a team, like, I'm going to keep going back to OKC because it's the topic of the video. Versus OKC, where you have three ball dominant guys who were their first options on each of their selected teams. So right off the bat, it's going to be much more different when those three guys come together versus two guys where one is extremely unselfish and one is also unselfish but can score the basketball as well. My second point is that you got to remember that Chris Paul wanted to play in Houston and that James Harden recruited Chris Paul. Versus in OKC, that wasn't the case. Carmelo Anthony didn't even think he was going to go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nor did Paul George. That wasn't any of their options. I didn't even think they were going to go there. I'm pretty sure everyone was shocked when they went there themselves. So now that when you have three players who didn't even want to play together, quote unquote, not saying they hate each other, but that wasn't their intended goal. So now you have three players that have never played together with. They're all three scorers, and they're all trying to make it work at the same time. You also got to remember that OKC is a team full of egos. For example, Melo and Russ have really big egos. I feel like now Russ is so caught up in his stats, he fails to win games. Like, you even saw when he was trying to get Steven Adams that one lob to get his triple-double, and the Warriors are laughing at him because he's so caught in with the stats. I feel like Russell needs... Like, okay, when they start off the season, OKC Thunder, they were doing really solid. In terms of Russ's production. Like, his production was really, really good. And that was the Russ that everyone wanted to see. But then Russ slowly went back to his old form, which we did not like. I'm not saying his triple-double form wasn't amazing, but in terms of wins, that's not what you have to do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that they're just going to simply copy the Houston Rockets, because it's not possible, because Houston Rockets are a better built team with a better offensive coach. And when you have a coach like D'Antoni, which pretty much is coaching for the future in terms of how the NBA is forming, as in shoot a lot of threes, go faster, get more shots up, you know what I'm saying? That's basically how the NBA is forming. Even another point too. You have two ball-dominant guards with elite off-ball skill sets. So, when you have a guy like Russell Westbrook, he can't play off the ball as well, mainly because his jump shot's not there. But you have a guy like James Harden who can go to the line at will, get layups, loves to back cut, and is a tremendous catch-and-shoot player. If James Harden had if James Harden, all he had to do on the Houston Rockets was catch and shoot, I'm not going to say he would still average his numbers, but he would still pretty average, kind of close to it. In terms of just catch and shoot, he would average pretty close. And that just shows how great, like the Houston Rockets are. I even had OKC being better than the Houston Rockets, just in fact because I was one of those doubters that thought two ball-dominant players like that need the ball in their hands wouldn't work together. But then I remembered and I realized things, and look where I am now. I'm making a video on why the Houston Rockets are gelling faster than the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the reason why. Like I can go on and say 1,000 or 100 or a million reasons why this is happening. But you also got to remember that when you want someone to play with you and they want to play there, that's already a benefit, especially when those two players are unselfish to a fault. More or less Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is willing to sacrifice. He's going to a new team. He understands it's James Harden's team. But that's what you got to do. You're a Hall of Fame player, and Hall of Fame players know what to do to win. That's what you have to be for a Hall of Fame team. And I'm not going to say that Carmelo Anthony's not a Hall of Fame player, but Chris Paul is more Hall of Fame ballot, if you understand what I'm saying, in my opinion. You could debate that as well. But one thing I do like what OKC is doing is that they're slowly figuring it out. I'm not going to sit there and bash them the whole entire video because that's not what I'm trying to do. But they're slowly figuring it out. They understand that Paul George is their best defender. They also understand that Carmelo Anthony could be more useful in terms of a catch and shoot type play. I'm not saying that's what he is going to do. But in terms of his usefulness, most of his points might be coming off the catch and shoot. However, Russ needs to facilitate Steven Adams a little bit more and run that pick and roll and set up his teammates more without hunting for assists and let the game come to him. That's what I'm trying to preach about OKC. If Russ can let the game come to him, that would make it so much better, because I feel like when I watch OKC games, especially in the fourth or the third, I feel like Russ needs to relax and let go of his stats, let go of his ego and pride. Because when it comes to the Houston Rockets, I feel like they care less about their stats. Yes, I still understand the stats matter, whatever, but when you have unselfish guys like that, stats don't really matter as much. They want to win, and they understand that they can win games, especially when they're unselfish like that. But also, I even talked about how the coach was better, and just how the isolation ball, Russ, Paul George, and Melo were top 10 in isolation ball last year. That's pretty crazy, and now they're together. And I just feel like I've been saying, it's going to take time for them to work this out. But I feel like the Houston Rockets are doing an amazing job. And they're one of the teams that are going to be my sleeper team for this year because they are playing so well. Whether you like Houston Rockets or not, you gotta give respect where credit is due, or credit where respect. I don't know. It's the same thing. I'm confused right now. But that's pretty much just going to be the video right there. Short little video highlighting why Houston is just doing so good. Like D'Antoni, I'm not going to say he's taking the whole entire blame for it, or the whole entire credit for it, my bad. Or why James Harden recruited Chris Paul, and Chris Paul wants to go there. Or the fact that you have a Hall of Fame point guard and he's unselfish. But that's not going to negate the fact that I feel like a team like the Thunder, who is starting from the ground up potentially, because you have to reform your whole entire offense. When you get three offensive talents like that, you got to reform your offense no matter what. No questions, if, ands, or buts, because you can't just use the same offense you used before. It's not going to work because all players need the ball to work, especially in the Thunder offense, in fact. And I don't like people bashing on Billy Donovan, whether he's a bad coach or not, because you understand he's starting from the bottom and he's coming to the top with his whole entire offense things. But that is just the video there. Just want to highlight some little points. If y'all enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and have a blessed day. I'm really thankful for everyone who's still here. I'm so close to 200 subscribers. I can't even talk. God damn. But, have a great day, and I'm out.